Back brainstorming again. It's just me. I'm just human. Um, it's been 4 years almost, and I'm trying to finish this journey. And I'm just gonna let God has His way. You know, it's nice to hear my neighbors talk. I want to eavesdrop. You know, a lot of people have army stories, and doing history, you know, I could be fit for this. I'm not Albert Einstein or Martin Luther King, but I live in Mobile, Alabama, Mississippi Territory. As I look a little bit further, I see city of Brunswick. But we're part of the 13 colonies. In 2017-18, I believe Georgia got their American right. Haven't got quite a chance to look into that. But right here, March, I guess the 13th, maybe Florida, I'm not quite sure because we was annexed during the wartime. But in Mobile, Alabama, Sweet Home, Alabama, we are unified. We are a unified judicial system. And if you look at our state seal, I think we have Tennessee at the top, Georgia at the side, Mississippi on this side. But it made me think, like, what happened to Louisiana? You know, I think Texas is part of, I've been doing this for so long, I'm going off the top of my head. It's part of the United States, I'm not sure. But I know when I first started, we were the 5 territories. Okay? I don't boast, I don't brag, I like to write. But as Alabama being unified, and us, Mobile, Alabama being the first traditional North, you know, this is where, you know, slavery came and, you know, the White House and our forefathers started here. Because during the wartime, it wasn't no North. You know, that was just grassy plains until the Confederate, you know, North won over. So it actually started from South America on up. I like to watch movies. Like I said, I can just go on for days. But the problem here is the years are off. Yeah, the years are off. As I study history, you know, I listen to Trick Data, American history, you know, in our American books, the years are off. As I gather and understand, how did it, if you got the 13 colonies, all of us are sitting, we're going to start all the way up there by Maine, and then it made me think about this movie. I was watching a movie, I can't think of the name of it, but it says Nova Scotia, but it was in Maine. It was in there. You know, these boundaries are, and it made me think about wartime. Everybody liked the war in the Ukraine. They found and they want to push the land, the boundaries over. Let's just run like football. We're gonna run this and we're gonna get this distance, and we won. And we put our flag here. We're gonna win. Okay, what land? You know, as I understand and listen to the Pledge of Allegiance, and I researched it, and I was like, okay, the Pledge of Allegiance, it was readdressed, reamended like 3 times. First it said my flag, then it said the United States of America's flag, then let's repeat it. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. Let's stop. To the republic for which it stands. That's an open thing. So whatever the republic stands. One nation. At first it wasn't under God. Until they had a discretion from 1923 to 1954, they had to put under God. I agree. So many gods. Under God, one nation. Let's start again. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands. One nation, under God, indivisible. That means undivided, if you look at it. And liberty and justice for all. But when you think about the nation, one nation, you know, a lot of the Indians, the tribes had nations. They call them nations, platoons, clans. What nation? Is it Cricket Nation? When I look up on my wireless thing, you know, because if you look at the 50 states, the 50, look at the flag, the 50 stars. I don't think the 13 colonies is part of it. You know, when I remember going back into 4th and 5th grade, it goes from Alaska on up somewhere else. You know, these boundaries and these lines, crossing the line is crazy. So actually, the 13 colonies, they say when we got our independency. When I look up Alabama, and I look up this book, it's from my family, my children's family. Their aunt, their cousin named Son Devin. She wrote a book about the tricentennial, and it talks about the 15 colonies. And I wish I had that book when I was a thick book, and it's only, I think, 3 or 4, and it's a book called Davis Avenue. But as I look it up, Alabama was a territory we didn't get our statehood to December 14th, 1914, I believe. So, now I just heard something about the flag went up in June 14th, because I'm thinking about June 10th. But we didn't get our statehood to then, 1914. Everything just happened here. I believe I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk over the neighbors. I believe the Big Bang Theory took away a century. You know how we can watch a movie and they be like the 20th century, but it be like a 19-something movie. I think it was and the people wasn't awakened then. This is me brainstorming my belief system. And I'm trying to make, I guess, an excuse for the people that keep leaving this year open. Because when I go downtown and look at the courthouse in Mobile, municipal courthouse, municipal unified, and it makes me think about the municipal. I looked that word up. It was like an urban thing. It's even. We got the municipal floor, then we got the civil floor, then we got the domestic relations floor, then we got a district floor. But then our district is in Atlanta. You know, it don't make sense to me. But when I go down there and I look at the rug on the floor, including our 6 flags that we have, but we only say pledge allegiance to one flag, you know, and I'm 38. I'm trying to brainstorm. So, as I looked up down on the carpet, it says that we got our statehood in 1812. No, it's not. It got to be 19. It's time to tell the truth. Just like, I remember when I was 4, we was a motorcade on Stone Street, which is Davis Avenue, MLK now. And I was like, they was like, Martin Luther King's going to be in the motorcade. Just like African Town. You know, it started here. Everything. You know, as I dig deeper and I look up and I research a lot of things, and a lot of things are opening. Transportation highway. I see something say Queen Elizabeth's Way here. You know, and I like movies. I think about the Titanic. And it's over here, you know. And then we got the first Constitution was actually the fundamental order. That's when we first broke away from the British. Under God, the Almighty. And we still go by these fundamental rights on the side of this water here. We're not included into the U.S. You know, we're not included. We are independent, but we are still crown dependency. We still have to ask the crown for authority, period. So we got our Declaration of Independence. I'll be right back.